In a parallel universe, on an alternate timeline, we at Angry Black Man Media present the following. Peace and blessings. Welcome to the Truth and Light. Thank you for joining us this evening. I am your host, Talila Kaitis Blamon, coming to you live from Fallen Babylon. We are here a few hours removed from the conclusion of today's anointment ceremonies. As the world watched, the new monarchy made known publicly their appointments to the newly formed Council of Leaders. A controversial scene played out at the conclusion of one of these appointments, and we are going to discuss it this evening with two gentlemen that I have joining me. On one side, from the Back to Babylon movement, I have Thomas D. Salou. Mr. Salou, good evening.
Thanks for having me, Talila Kaitis.
And on the other side, from the Yeet Divil D Party, Mr. Yahawada Makabawan.
Hey, shalom, Talila Kaitis.
Thank you for joining us. The controversy that we are here to discuss this evening stems from a scene that took place following the conclusion of the anointing of the newly appointed Captain of Foreign Affairs. Kayayal Sakawal Bungad, who was also the CEO of the Yeet Divil D Party, was seen giving a salute to the crowd of thousands following the conclusion of his anointing. All over the portals of propaganda, many foreigners, as well as the leadership of the Back to Babylon movement, contend that the gesture that was made by the captain is a red flag, and it is an omen of things to come under the new monarchy. So let me allow Thomas D. Salou to speak to the concerns that are being raised by the Back to Babylon party. Thomas?
Well, Talila Kaitis, the problem is those of us of the Fallen Babylon delegation were giving reassurances in the final days of the revolution that when the new monarchy came into power, that there would not be any retaliation for those of us Babylonians that willingly gave up our swords and capitulated to the demands that were being made. But as we see with the appointment today of the Council of Leaders, there's some signs of concern. As we see with the appointment of the captain over foreign affairs, what's clearly obvious for anyone who has eyes to see is that he's giving a black power salute. I know that the monarchy does not utilize the term black, and they don't identify themselves as such. I know that they are Israelites, and they have reclaimed the throne and the power and the kingdom for themselves and their deity that they follow. But for those of us who know the history of this world and the history of the empire of Babylon that preceded this one, clearly this is a black supremacist rulership, and the appointments today are more evidence of that.
All right. And Mr. Yahawada, what would you have to say to that?
Brother Talila Kaitis, what we have here is a case of the Babylonian media attempting to do what it's always done, which is to spread lies and disinformation to cause things that are righteous to be deemed as though they are unrighteous and fearful. What you saw on display at the end of the anointing ceremony today with Kayayal Sakawal was what we in the Hebrew call the Barak. It is a simple salute and a call to arms to our people for our nation to rise. What you see being displayed is he crosses his arm on his chest, which is the beginning of the Barak, and then he raises his fist in a chant of Kwam Yasha Allah, which translated into the Babylonian language means rise, princes of the power. This display is in no way related to a black power salute or anything that may have taken place in the early days of the revolution.
So, Mr. Yahawada, you're saying that this salute had nothing to do with the black power gesture of the early days of the revolution, and it is indeed a, what did you call it again?
Talila Kaitis, that is exactly what I am saying. The Barak is what the Babylonians would term a call and response. consists of 5 parts, which I will not get into now. You will be seeing a lot of it in the coming days. But it is a call and response, and that is what was on display from the captain in the video. It has nothing to do with black power, nothing to do with supremacy, or anything that is a threat or danger to anyone who follows the rules that the monarchy has set in place.
Mr. D. Salute, what do you have to say to that?
Well, you know, Tallulah, we have a saying, urinate in my mouth and tell me I'm drinking lemonade.
Halt your progress, Mr. Salute.
But it's anyone who claims that this is anything other than black power, you're out of your mind. It's preposterous. I'm perturbed.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. We're going to take us a quick break here. We'll be right back.